This wedding was an assignment for my Religion 2 class in Catholic school.
This one's wife. The olive branch returns. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Well, what do we have here? None other than the holy branch of olive. Yes, it's just about maintaining its leaves because it's had some extensive use over recent months as a consequence of repeatedly being extended by various parties in relation to the royal family. The holy branch of olive is particularly important because once you open up the case and flip the lid, you're met by a sort of green light that emanates from the holiness of its leaves, and the branch can then be utilized for the purposes of bringing harmony, for providing succor to those that seek it, that it cools the fevered brow, that it causes a calmness in the beating chest of the savage. All becomes well with the presentation of the holy branch of olive. And this particular holy branch of olive is one that's utilized by various members of the royal family on a repeated basis. Indeed, so often it is a minor miracle that it's still intact. We hadn't heard from it for a little while, one wondered, and there were tales in taverns up and down the country that perhaps the holy branch of olive had fallen apart, that it had finally snapped under the pressure of being repeatedly utilized. Not to solve conflicts, for instance, the conflict taking place in Gaza, or bringing to an end the war between Ukraine and Russia, or pouring oil on troubled waters in other regional conflicts around the world, but no, it was being utilized for the proper stuff, the real meaty outcomes, whereby calm and harmony and repaired bridges and mended fences had taken place between the royal family. That's what really matters in the world, isn't it? That they all get along, that everything's hunky-dory and tickety-boo. That's what matters. And lo, it has come to pass that once again the holy branch of olive has been produced. But what are the circumstances of this? Well, Daniel Bird, writing for the Mirror newspaper, tells us, Prince Harry and this one's wife have been offered an olive branch. Yes, there it is, the holy branch of olive being proffered by King Charles. In recent years, tensions between the royals had been brewing, following Harry and this one's wife's decision to step down as senior working royals in 2020, in case you'd forgotten about all of that, and you needed to be reminded of it as they attempt to fill out the piece with some excess words. Again, they continue by padding, by telling us in January of 2020, Harry and this one's wife announced that they intended to step back as working royals and live a more financially independent lifestyle in North America and Canada, because according to the Mirror, Canada isn't in North America. At the time, they stated that they had hoped to continue working in support of his late grandmother, Queen Elizabeth. The following year, more padding, it was announced that the Duke and Duchess would no longer be working members of the royal family, but would remain much loved members of the House of Windsor. But tensions started to brew, more brewing, you see, when the Sussexes spoke to Oprah Winfrey, in case you'd forgotten about that, about their lives inside the palace, and spoke about alleged racist comments, in case you'd forgotten about that, prior to the birth of their firstborn, Prince Archie, in case you'd forgotten about him. So far, so much padding, but there's some more yet. But in recent years, these tensions have started to wind down after Harry jetted into the UK just hours after he discovered his father was battling cancer, just in case you'd forgotten that. Since then, the Duke and King have met on a handful of occasions, with the most recent being just last month, in case you'd already forgotten about that. The pair enjoyed tea together at Clarence House. So much padding, so little information that we already did not know. However, the Mirror is about to reveal something. Here it comes. The King's sweet olive branch to the Sussexes. As most families do, the King has pictures of his relatives scattered across his residences, but one sign has shown he's keen to build bridges with Harry and this one's wife. The Mirror's exclusive pictures reveal that Charles, 76, has carefully chosen to display pictures of the Sussexes throughout his official Northern Irish residence, Hillsborough Castle, mainly in the state drawing room. But there are no pictures of his brother Prince Andrew, boo, hiss, pervert, who stepped down from working royal life in January 2022 due to his association with convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein. And the Mirror provides us with a picture which basically shows Harry and this one's wife with Camilla and Charles and William and Catherine and Louis and Charlotte and George. So it's not just a picture of the Sussexes, they are pictured with other members of the family. A source told the Mirror, Royal Historic Palaces make decisions on what they believe to be appropriate. They are also guided by members of the royal family. But the decision over what pictures of the family to use ultimately lies with the King. It then goes on to report on what had occurred at the meeting. Another picture shows a picture of William and also of Harry. And they're sort of in this folding picture, the two of them, together, taken when they were younger. So a picture of the two sons of the King. Not really a surprise, is it? And accordingly, the olive branch has emerged as a consequence of the fact that a couple of pictures appear in the royal residence over in Northern Ireland. Now, no disrespect to the fair people of Northern Ireland, but it's not like they're being festooned through Windsor Castle or Clarence House or Highgrove, where the King spends a lot of his time. There is a picture of this one's wife and Harry together also in a smaller frame. But this apparently is the olive branch, which then leads us to this question. Is the Mirror simply rooting around for something to write about and knows that there are some pictures of the Sussexes in Hillsborough Castle and therefore interprets this as an olive branch? Could it be that? Or is this simply another instance of the Sussexes utilising PR through newspapers to try and manifest reconciliation by pointing out, see, there are pictures of us, they're in Hillsborough Castle, that means the King loves us. Mirror, write about that, bring out the olive branch so that we are brought back into the fold. What do you think it is, valuable viewers? Whatever it is, it's pretty trivial, and once again the battered olive branch gets brought out. But do you think it's the Mirror scrambling around for news and making something that isn't there? Or do you think it's a case of this exhibiting another PR attempt by the Sussexes as they continue in their campaign to be readmitted to the royal family? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.